Hello, my name is Chai from Offis. We are a cloud-enabled managed service provider. I just want to give you a little review today of the Gartner Magic Quadrant Cloud Infrastructure Service 2014, which came out last week. It said the obvious things, I think, is that AWS is #1 in the marketplace, quickly followed by Microsoft Azure. It's gaining what they call late adopters, which I think is an interesting term because there's plenty more adoption to come. It says that people are asking about Google, and I think we're doing the same thing. Where is Google in Australia? It also said that there's a lot of curiosity, was the word they used, around IBM SLAs, and I think that will be very interesting in Australia because locally, as you may be aware, AWS are here, Rackspace are here. SLAs have announced they're building a data center in Melbourne and should be available in July, which is next month, and then in Sydney in December. And there's no Microsoft have not firmly committed, but they said they'll be here by the end of the year. And then we've got Google and Verizon, who may also come into the marketplace. So they're the local players in the marketplace. There was an interesting discussion about vendors selecting the platform, customers selecting platforms first, and then consultants and then managed service providers to run their complex hosting environments in the cloud. So they did say that some vendors are going the other way. They're selecting a partner first, and then the partner's then selecting the cloud and then manage that for them. I think in any complex environment, you want a team to manage and run that, whether it's in a public cloud or not. They made some interesting things too about SLAs. They said that all of them had very good SLAs, but it's not a given. The fact that you're in the cloud means that you're up 100%. So there will be maintenance windows, and some of those maintenance windows will bring down your GUI and your APIs, which connect to other devices, and it may mean that machines need to be rebooted. So they're obviously considerations that people need to have a look at. In terms of virtual machine sizes, there's really two types. One which is a horizontal scaling where you get a fixed size, and the only way to scale is to have multiple machines of the same size. The other way is vertical scaling where you can have more CPUs, more RAM, more storage, and it depends on how your application is written as to which is the best way to go in your environment, and not all vendors support all the different types. Some of the vendors like SoftLayer does support bare metal, which will help you with a bit more performance, a bit more control over your environment, but again, you have to do a little bit more work to manage that, or work with a partner to manage more of those environments. There's a long discussion about APIs, which is very interesting. That's all about making your servers compatible with from your infrastructure on premises to a cloud, or from one cloud to another. There is no standard environment, even between the same standard like OpenStack. Not all OpenStack APIs are compatible, and you just need to be aware of how to migrate your machines from one cloud to another, because not all clouds are going to suit your particular environment. There's a discussion about different applications and use cases, and a very good example is an enterprise application that you want to run 24/7, you want it fixed price, you want it the same performance all the time, but there may be a situation where you're running a web environment where the more hits you get, the more money you make, and that's a completely different use case and different environment, so you need to look at different solutions for both of those. In terms of virtual office, we had a look at the report and evaluated how they determined who was in the quadrant. And it seems to us that the more data centers you have, the higher you were placed in the quadrant. So I think that's a big impact when you evaluate this report. We're a cloud-enabled managed service provider. Our job is to look at your requirements and help you pick which is the right environment. We can custom build in our data center, or we can help you use AWS or SoftLayer, Rackspace, whatever is the right environment for you. Keep watching for these videos to get further updates on the industry and any other interesting discussion. Thank you.